Good morning, students. Welcome to the class on organic photochemistry. Today we will discuss freeze rearrangement. Freeze rearrangement is possible in acidic conditions as well as under photochemical conditions. What is freeze rearrangement? Rearrangement of phenyl esters. This is a phenyl group. Rearrangement of phenyl esters to either ortho or para hydroxy benzoketones. Rearrangement of phenyl esters to either ortho or para hydroxy benzoketones. Now, how it will work? Under photochemical conditions, first this carbonyl will undergo excitation. Then again, it will regenerate this carbon oxygen double bond, but this carbon oxygen, this sigma bond will break down. Now this will undergo rearrangement, like this radical, this double bond and this radical, they'll rearrange the bond formations. That means it will undergo resonance, so it generates a carbonyl. Then we will have a radical here, and this radical, this carbonyl radical may undergo dimerization to give the orthohydroxy benzoketones. Or if this radical further undergoes resonance to one more time, then it will rearrange to para radical. In that case, we will get para hydroxy benzoketones. This ketone, of course, it will undergo tautomerism to give this phenol. There was some problem with the screen. What is freeze rearrangement? Rearrangement of phenyl esters to orthohydroxy benzoketones or para-hydroxy benzoketones. Either under acidic conditions, we will use strong acid, and thermal conditions, generally we use concentrated H2SO4. Similarly, we can also do this reaction under photochemical conditions. When we do it under photochemical conditions, it will undergo alpha cleavage of this carbonyl. So carbonyl carbon and oxygen bond will undergo cleavage. It generates oxygen radical, oxide radical. So this will undergo resonance to generate either ortho radical or para radical. Even if we write one more resonance form, then this double bond will undergo migration. So we are generating both ortho radical and para radical. This is ortho radical, this is para radical. If these two radicals combine, it will generate orthohydroxy benzoketones. If this para radical combines, then it will generate para hydroxy benzoketones. You write the product. This is a practice problem. Not only phenyl esters, we can also use phenyl amides for freeze rearrangement. This is phenylamide, N-phenylamide. So N-phenylamides also will undergo freeze rearrangement and they'll give similar products like this, either orthoaminobenzoeketones or para-aminobenzoeketones. In this case, para position is already blocked. We have a substituent here. So the product is only orthoaminobenzoeketones. In the next example, when this molecule is treated under photochemical conditions, it undergoes freeze rearrangement in the initial step. So it will be converted to orthohydroxy benzoic acids, but at the same time we also have an epoxide here. So this hydroxy group will undergo intramolecular epoxide opening, so it generates here we will use mild acidic conditions. Okay, so this is called 3-hydroxyflavonone. Next reaction is Barton reaction. What is Barton reaction? Remote functionalization via hydrogen abstraction is called Barton reaction. We don't need any functional group, but we can convert it into a functional group. Even in place of NO, if we have a chlorine, then also this reaction will occur. Okay, if it is chlorine, it is called hypochlorite. If it is ONO, it is called NO2 nitrite. So remote functionalization of either hypochlorites or nitrites in a long chain carbons or cyclic systems is called Barton reaction. What we will do here, hydrogen which is in 6-member transition state will be abstracted. When we treat this fellow under photochemical conditions, what will happen? This oxygen nitrogen bond will break down, so it generates NO radical and oxygen radical. This oxygen radical will pick up a hydrogen which is in 6-member transition state. When you count the number of atoms involved in this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since it is a 6-member transition state, it is a favorable transition state. So hydrogen will easily pick up this, oxygen will easily pick up this hydrogen. This carbon hydrogen bond will break down. So it generates a radical here. See, this carbon, it doesn't have any functional group, but after treatment with photochemical conditions, this was functionalized, right? This is what is called remote functionalization. Here, the hydrogen, which is in 6-member transition state, will be abstracted. Okay. Then this NO nitrosyl radical will recombine with this, so that this carbon will be functionalized. This NO radical will recombine with this radical. This nitrosyl group, NO group, can be rearranged, what do we say, ketoenol tautomerism, like isomerization, so that it generates an oxime. This is oxime, right? This hydrogen, it will be losing as a H plus, so the bond electrons will be polarized towards nitrogen, so that we will generate carbon nitrogen double bond. Then carbon nitrogen oxygen double bond will be polarized towards oxygen, so O minus will pick up this hydrogen. So after this rearrangement, we are generating oxime. Of course, oximes can be hydrolyzed easily under acidic conditions, HNO to nitrous acid, to convert to carbonyls. So this oxime undergoes hydrolysis to carbonyl. This nitrate, upon photochemical treatment, it generates alkoxy radical on oxygen, of course NO radical. In this case, there is no 6-member transition state possible for the hydrogen abstraction. So what it will do, instead of abstracting a proton, it will undergo cleavage. So this bond will undergo cleavage. We are getting a radical here. At the same time, this is the carbonyl. Radical and radical will combine to give this carbonyl. We also have nitrosyl radical there. So there are two possibilities. These two will combine to give this product, or it may also lose one more hydrogen radical so that it generates a double bond. So an alkene can be generated, or it will undergo a bond formation between these two radicals to generate this nitrosyl group. Not only nitrites, this functional group is called nitrite. Not only nitrites, Barton reaction is also possible with hypochlorites. Hypochlorite. This functional group is called hypochlorite. Similarly, when we treat it under photochemical conditions, this oxygen chlorine bond will undergo fission, so it generates again an alkoxy radical. an alkoxy radical. This alkoxy radical will abstract a hydrogen which is in 6-member transition state. That means it will pick up a hydrogen from a 5th carbon. Oxygen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this alkoxy radical will pick up a hydrogen which is in 6-member transition state. So this will pick up this hydrogen radical. It becomes OH and this becomes carbon radical. Now here we have chlorine radical. So that chlorine radical will form a bond with this carbon radical. So we will have alkyl halide. Here in this case halogens are good leaving groups. So hydroxy group with intramolecular, under acidic conditions, under basic conditions, it will undergo intramolecular nucleophilic substitution so that chloride ion will be leaving. So what we are getting is a 5-membered heterocyclic system. A similar practice problem alcohols can be converted to hypochlorites by treating with Cl2O. Then we have Barton substrate. So this will be treated with photochemical conditions followed by basic conditions to generate the 5-membered heterocyclic system. Here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 5th carbon and the hydrogen will be 6th one. So both are in same phase, both are in above the plane. So they will oxygen will pick up hydrogen from this carbon. A similar example is this. When it is treated with mercuric oxide Br2, then this will generate hypobromite OBr. This under photochemical treatment will generate the 5-membered ring. Here also you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-membered. This is the 5th carbon. So hydrogen on this carbon will be 6th one. So this oxygen will pick up the hydrogen from this. It generates this kind of system.